We're normal. We're normal.
All right, hey, listen up here for a second, please. All right, oh, we're missing Jalen Stevens?
She's here, but I don't know what she's done.
Okay, all right, well, I won't mark her absent just yet then. I'll wait. Joe, put that away, will you? Okay, that's, this is a good opportunity, just to kind of deal with some setting up and how to solve like word type problems. And because they come up a lot in like your end of course tests and in different scenarios, and sometimes you struggle with them. You know, sometimes they're really not as hard as you think they are, and just kind of psych yourselves out. And so we just want to take a day and just how to set these up together and go through them. Like I said earlier, the tests will be finished. I'll get them back to you Tuesday. They'll be in the grade book a little bit before that. So, but just kind of read through that first one there. It says Henry places X marbles into an empty bucket. Each marble has the same weight. The weight in ounces of the bucket and the marbles can be calculated using that expression. Somebody's just got to think through and then make sure you really read the question. Well, what does the 6 represent in the expression? Well, first of all, this here, okay, represents what? The weight of the marbles and bucket. Okay, so it's the weight in ounces of the bucket and the marbles. So if you would put that bucket on a scale, it give you the weight. All right, what does the 6 represent? Okay, in this expression. And how do we know what it represents? All right, what do you got, Colin?
The weight of the bucket?
It is the weight of the bucket. How do we know it's the weight of the bucket and not the weight of a marble or the marbles? Okay.
Because he says he places X marbles into an empty bucket.
Okay, so X represents the number of marbles, so it could be 2, it could be 10, it could be 15. 6 is the weight of the bucket in ounces. Okay, since everything is in ounces. So the 6 represents the weight of the bucket. That would probably be sufficient, but if you put it in ounces, that would be like a little bit extra. So the weight of the bucket. What does the 2 represent then? What does the 2 represent? Colin?
The marbles.
The what?
Marbles.
You don't have it worded correctly, and I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, hold on, Joe.
Number of marbles?
No, the number of marbles would be X. The actual number of marbles would be X. If you don't know how many marbles there are. Connor?
Would it be the weight of the marbles?
The weight of one marble. The weight of one marble. Okay, because if you have 10 of them, you got to multiply 2 times 10 to get the total weight. So that would be the weight of one marble. Okay, the weight of one marble. Henry measured a bucket full of marbles and it weighed 56 ounces total. How many marbles are in the bucket? So what would you do from there? Exactly, show me how to set it up, I guess.
So you would, I guess you would put 2x plus 6 equals 56.
All right, good. Now just stop right there and let everybody get caught up. So that's what that means. So 2x plus 6, because that's the total weight of the marbles and the bucket. So that we said equals 56. Now you just go about solving that equation. Okay, Colin?
Subtract 6 from both sides.
Okay, subtract 6. I get 2x equals 50. Divide by 2. 25. Oh, let me see. Hold on here. All right, so how many marbles in the bucket? 25 marbles are in the bucket. Okay, so set things up. Don't, just kind of take your time, read through it. Don't make it harder than it is. A lot of times these are pretty solvable. All right, read through this one. Read through this one if you would. Let me do something. And we'll go through it together. All right, let's see what we got. It says Trent plants a sunflower that's 8 inches tall. The sunflower is expected to grow at an average rate of 2 inches per day during the next month. Create an equation that Trent can use to find the number of days it will take the sunflower to grow to a height of 50 inches. SC. Very nice, Mr. Rippey.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, Brett, got an equation?
2x plus 8 equals 50.
Good. 2x plus 8 equals 50. How many days will it take it to grow to a height of 50 inches? Well, what do you got to do? You either solve it there or you solve it down below, but you got to solve that equation. Sam?
Do I solve it or do I just
Tell me the answer.
21 days.
So she says 21 days. So if we agree here, we subtract 8, and we get 2x equals 42. Divide by 2, and I get 21. So yep, I'm going to put down 21 days. 21 days for that. So setting up that equation. Now, the 2 represents the number of inches per day it grows, and the 8 represents the initial height of it, right? Okay, so it's already 8 inches tall. All right, now, are we still on the same first page? Okay. All right, read through that. Read through that one. All right, then this, we do this all the time at our house. Like, all right, do you go with cable? Do you try and go cut the cord and do nothing, like Hulu, Netflix? Okay, what's the situation where you get what you want, but yet you're kind of spending the less money? So Chris is trying to decide whether to go with DirecTV or Spectrum for his cable and internet. DirecTV has an installation fee of $350, but Spectrum only charges $100 for the installation fee. However, Spectrum charges $85 a month, where DirecTV only charges $50 a month. For how many months would it be cheaper to go with DirecTV? All right, so we want, hold on, DirecTV to be cheaper, which is less than Spectrum, right? How do I calculate the monthly cost for DirecTV? Okay, what would be the monthly cost for DirecTV as you take a look at that information? All right, ideas here. Okay, Connor?
It says that DirecTV has an installation fee of $350, so you'd put like $350, and it says that's $85 per month, so like $85 plus $350.
All right, well, which two here? Because they kind of got things out of order.
Yeah.
DirecTV is $350 for the installation fee, but how much is DirecTV a month?
80.
No, it's not.
50. Never mind.
It's 50. Okay, so you might want to do that. And now, because they're going to throw things out of order, so Spectrum is $100, but what is the Spectrum per month? 85, right? 85. So make sure for DirecTV it's 350 plus what? Plus 50X or 50M. I'm going to put M for each month. You don't have to change anything, though.
Is less than 100 plus 85.
Is less than, you got that, and then $100 plus 85X or M or whatever variable you choose. All right, so now once we're here, make sure you get that. I'm gonna wait. Make sure you stay to the neatly. Do you have one?
Maybe, not know what it is.
Grant, what do we do from here? What do you think? Or what are you gonna do?
Subtract 50 from each side.
So he subtracts 50M. So I get 350 is less than 100. And what is that, plus 35 M? Subtract 100. And that's gonna be 250 is less than 35 M. And I'm gonna go over here. So now, all right, what is 250 divided by 35? Is it a nice number? 7.1? So 7.1 is less than M, but how do we always write our answer? Variable first, so what's that gonna be?
Greater than 7.
M is greater than 7.1, right? All right, now how do you answer this question? It says, for how many months would it be cheaper to go with DirecTV? All right, think about that. How would you answer that question? Okay, Christian?
It would be cheaper for 7 months.
No, it wouldn't. Because read that. What does that say? M is greater than what?
Oh, it's 7.1.
So how would you answer that? 7 months is not bigger than 7.1. What's the next number bigger than 7.1?
Something.
Yeah, but you were going to do it by every whole month.
8.
There we go. So DirecTV is cheaper for 8 or more months. So DirecTV is cheaper for 8 or more months. So, if you're gonna keep it for a long time, you're gonna go with DirecTV. Now, this can be a hard question to answer, and it has different things that are more than one answer is right, but it also has answers that are wrong. It says, explain a scenario where someone would want to get Spectrum rather than DirecTV. I just told you DirecTV is cheaper for 8 or more months. But when would somebody want to get Spectrum?
If they're only gonna have it for 7 months or people.
For 7 months or below, can anybody think of a scenario where that would happen? Evan?
If I just watch football.
Okay, you just want to get TV for the football season. Okay? Christian, that's exactly right.
College.
Okay, if you're just away for college, it might be less than 8 months. Okay, or for a semester. Some people, maybe you have a camper and at a campground, you're just gonna need them for the summer. Okay, you just need them for the season. But I like the football season one. Okay, so if someone only needs it for football season, only wants cable for football season, it would make sense to pay the smaller installation fee and the higher monthly fee because you're not going to have it as long. So good. All right, flip that over. Flip that over. Perimeter, what's perimeter mean? Let's make sure we understand. Caitlin, you remember what perimeter means?
The outside.
The outside. Okay, you measure the distance around the outside, good. So we got a triangle. Triangle has 3 sides. So if they tell you the perimeter is 71, that means that the 3 sides added together equals 71. So I'm just kind of giving you the general idea here. The first side is 3 centimeters shorter than the second side, and the third side is twice as long as the first side. Find the length of the longest side. All right, we got all kind of mess going on here. All right, now here's what you got to do, is you got to let one of these be X. And you got to look at the description to figure out which one would be X. The first side is 3 centimeters shorter than the second side. Any ideas which one you want to label X between the first side and the second side? I'm just trying to get a gauge of what you're thinking here.
First side.
Okay, now don't write anything down. Don't write anything down. So if I let the first side be X, how can you represent the second side? See.
-3?
Can you have a side that's -3?
No.
No. Now here's what I want you to tell you. Even though I actually want you to not make the first side X, but make the second side X. Why? Because think about this, Colin.
the first side is 3 centimeters shorter, and the third side is twice as long.
Well, hold on, so you're going a little bit too far. If I let X be the second side, how can I write the first side? How can I represent the first side? If it is 3 centimeters shorter than. Zach?
X minus 3.
X minus 3. So kind of you want to think about it here in, we don't know anything about the second side, so usually it's easiest to let that one be X. All right, now be real careful here. The second side is just whatever X is. The first side is 3 centimeters shorter, so it's X minus 3. The third side is twice as long as which side? The first side. So how do you represent that? So you multiply it by 2. Multiply the first side by 2, but you've got to make sure, okay, you take 2 times whatever the first side is in parentheses. So it's 2 times the quantity X minus 3. Yeah, so the first side, that second side is X. Okay, so make sure you get that. Now you got a little bit of room to the right, don't you? Okay, that's where we're going to do our work. You're going to write the equation below there, and then we'll do our work. You can do your work to the right side. All right, now what do we have to do? We said the perimeter is what? The perimeter is how many centimeters? 71. So how do I use all this information in line with the perimeter? And I said in the beginning, like you take the 3 sides and we do what with them? We add them up. Well, what's the first side? The first side is X minus 3. Plus, what's the second side? X. Plus, what's the third side? 2 times X minus 3, and that equals 71. Now I'm going to take that equation and put it over here on the right where you got a little bit of room. X minus 3 plus X plus 2 times X minus 3 equals 71. Now I want to solve for this. Now, I got to distribute this 2 first before you do anything else. Distribute that 2. Put it over there on the right. Yeah, let me distribute that 2. Good. All right, so I'm going to distribute that 2, which gives me X minus 3 plus X plus, all right, when I distribute the 2, I get 2X minus 6 equals 71. Okay. All right, now I want you to think here with this equation, what do we got to do there with all those things on the left? Okay, Colin?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Yep, and so when I do combine like terms, what do you get? How many X's do we have, Colin?
4x.
Yeah, it'll be 4X because I got an X and the X minus 3. I got this X and I got a 2X. If I add those all together, I get 4X. I got a negative 3 and I got a negative 6. And that gives me what, negative 9? So 4X minus 9 equals 71. Keep working, Colin?
Add 9 to both sides.
Yep, add 9 to both sides. And I get 4X equals 80. Divide by 4. X equals 20. All right, now we've done everything that it's asked us to do, but what did the actual question ask? What's your last little line say? Find the what? Length of the longest side. All right, I want everybody to take a second so you can figure out what that is. If you know what it is, just write it down. But find the length of the longest side. And 20 is not the length of the longest side. Okay, 20 is not the length of the longest side.
Old section.
Hey, you know, we already did that.
Plug in for free,
What do you got? Press
plug
what you
in.
Christian, make sure you get that. Okay, so that's 20. The first side, you should have X minus 3, right? So if that's 20, what is this gonna be? That's 20 minus 3. So that's 17, and you gotta figure out the third side. Okay, all right, I want you to figure out all the sides. So here's how you go back. We know X is 20, right? So that means, that's the expression. So that means that has a length of 20. What's the length of the first side? Well, it's 3 less than, so it's 20 minus 3. I'm just gonna go through it. 20 minus 3, which is what? 17. The third side is 2 times twice the first side. We can do it 2 ways. You can figure out, well, I know the first side is 17. Well, what's twice that? 34. Or you could plug it in. That's a 4. Okay, and do 20 minus 3, which is 17, and you still get the same thing. Well, make sure you answer the question. The longest side then is 34 centimeters. So sometimes you kind of get tricked into just, oh, it's 20 because you get X is 20. Well, the answer is not always the answer to the variable. Okay? All right, here's what I want you to do. And I'll be around. I want you to finish 5 through 8. That's your homework. If you get done before we leave, show it to me. And you're done. They're going to be very similar problems to what you just did. So use those as a guide. And then I'll come around and give you help if you get stuck on any of those.